Okay, rules. We got 1 down, 2 to go. So after an away competition, your athlete needs to be in class first period. This is so we don't give ourselves a pass or an excuse. A lot of the basketball games in particular are in like Conroe, you know, whatever. So where was the farthest we went away last year? Where? Beaumont. There you have it. Isn't that nice? Soccer is also, they go
Is that during the
very
week?
far away during the week. That's high school. High school. Middle school, our league is, the farthest we go is, go to Sugar Land, we go to Cypress. But there you go, close to home.
It's close to home, thank God.
Pearland, and then some other schools that are closest to us. If your student is in PE class, they can't sit out a PE class to rest up for the game. Okay, they need to participate in PE class if they're going to practice or play in the game. So you have an unexcused absence and you've got excused absences, and we're about to talk about academics and mastery as well. If the athlete doesn't attend practice or competition without telling their coach, it's an unexcused absence. Point being, we're in charge of them. Their safety is our biggest concern. If they are supposed to be with us and aren't, my heart sinks because I don't know where they are. So a lot of times I'll call you and say, is everything okay? So you don't really want a panicked call from me if there's a situation where, I mean, it's gotta be planned and communicated. If they leave in the middle of the day, we have access to the attendance records. You don't have to call us. It would be great if you called or just shot us an email, or your student shooting us an email. You know, just, I went home sick today, or whatever, is fine. But if that doesn't happen, that's not a big deal because we're sent the attendance report daily. And I'm pretty close with the nurse as well, and she'll let me know if they leave during the day because they're sick. So just make sure that they tell their coach, that y'all tell us, me. If you don't know who the coach is, I can be the go-between. Happy to do that. If they have an unexcused absence, they may not compete in the competition following the unexcused absence. If they're picked up for a doctor's appointment from school, we'll know.
We have to tell them.
Right, well, we'll know about it because it will be like if they miss 6th and 7th period, I'll be able to see 6th and 7th period missed doctor's appointment. However, on that note, if you know that you've got a doctor's appointment scheduled for a game or a practice, please tell the coach. Have your athlete tell the coach. We have small teams. We depend on all of those players. We make practices, design practices and games especially around having every one of them there. So it really sets the coaches like kind of for a loop because they have to streamline how they're running practice, how they run their drills, when they run their drills to maximize time and to maximize the attention that we get from them. So it's very, very important. Even if you know now, I've got this appointment in November and I know my kid's gonna play basketball, I'm just gonna email the coach and tell him about it, or email me. That way we can document it well ahead of time. So 3 unexcused absences may result in removal of the team. And if you're ever removed from a team, you're not allowed to participate in the next season's sport. So if, heaven forbid, you get kicked out of tennis, which is a spring sport, no football. Or if you get kicked out of volleyball, no soccer for the next season. That happens very, very rarely. Just let us know. That's the key. Just let us know. Okay, we can work something out. Any questions about unexcused absences? We're about to talk about excused absences next. Okay. Tutorials, detention, mandatories, mastery. If you tell your coach first, it's usually okay. It's almost always okay. Academics are first. We're not gonna have any athletes if they can't get a 75. So they've got to, school comes first. Now, if you're expecting your athlete to go to mastery every day, athletics may not be a good thing for them at this time. They are missing half of practices if you're sending them to mastery every day. So we would need to have a conversation about that if you're kind of seeing that that's the way it might go. If that happens mid-season and you're like, this is not working, and I can release you and we'll make an exception about the next season happening or not, if that makes sense. My main goal is to have them succeed academically. That's why they're here. Of course, I'm biased and I love athletics and I want athletics to happen, but not at the expense of academics. So yes, if they tell their coach first, they're having trouble in math, they need to go see the math teacher a couple of times a week, whatever, it's fine, even on competition day. However, if on competition day, there's a bus that's already left, you're in charge of getting them to the game, the competition. They can still play, but we're not gonna hold the buses for a mastery situation. And I wanna point out that if they need extra time, all of this can be taken care of at another time other than mastery from 3 to 4 o'clock. It can be taken care of before school. All of the teachers are here well before, most of them are here well before the school day. We crack the doors open at 6:30 and there are people here already. All of our teachers, I know, will come in earlier if it's to help your kid. So that's a question away right there. In the morning, we could do lunch. We have advisory time now. So I know that they can go, that time was built in so that they can go to talk with teachers if they need to. So all of this can be taken care of before school or during lunch. Let's utilize those times first. Wednesday afternoons, which I know, like if it were me, I would pack up my kids like, here's when our appointments are, which I know that y'all do already. Doctor's visits, academic screening and testing, those are all excused absences. So if there's an entire day where your kid is testing, obviously it's excused, okay? If they have to see a doctor, give us a doctor's note, it's excused. All absences, whether excused or not, result in reduced playing time. This is for their protection as well, their mental and emotional protection. If they missed something, we're not gonna throw them in there when they're not ready. Excessive absences may result in removal from the team. I talked about, you know, if we're having trouble academically, we gotta get them back on track. That's okay, some exceptions are made if they are removed from the team. Like I said, academics are first. Any questions about these unexcused absences?